any research is affected by two types of errors. What are those? Can anybody tell me?
That's systematic error and random error.
Yeah, one is the fixed error, another one is the random error. So that chance is there. Therefore, we are designing our research in such a manner so that we can control both the fixed error and the randomized error. Okay. Now, if you carefully observe the logo of our institute, you will find that is we are paying much attention to the control of errors in our research. Have you seen our logo?
Yes,
Any
sir.
student has any idea about our logo?
No, sir. No, sir.
Kavita is saying no, sir. Farah, I
Yes,
depend
sir.
upon you.
Yes, yes, sir. What, sir? Sorry, sir.
Where is our logo? Nobody knows about our logo.
Logo. Oh, yes.
After completion of the course, people will ask them, have you seen the logo? What is the meaning of that logo?
Sir, just give me 1 second, sir. I'm showing.
Okay. Our logo includes 3 layers of consciousness. One is the Murto, another one is Rag, another one is the Sarasya. So 3 layers of consciousness you will find in our logo. I have extracted these 3 layers of consciousness from Rabindra Sangeet.
Okay.
Sir, can you please make me host, sir?
Yes, yes. You are the host. You can share the logo. Yeah. So this is our logo. It is clearly written, Tamosho Ma Jyotir Gamayo. Tamosho Ma Jyotir Gamayo. Tamosho means error. Ma means no. Jyoti means truth. Gamayo, we can remove the error variance. So this is our logo. It is clearly written. Tamosho Ma Jyotir Gamayo. A Tamosho, it includes the truth score and the error score. Score means your observed data. Some errors are randomized and some errors are fixed. And here you can find out 3 colors. One is the gray. This is the Murto layer. Another one is the different colors are there. This is the Rag layer. And the last one is totally white. It is Saraswat layer. It is the light. Okay. So this is our logo. We are giving importance on the statistics because statistics can control the randomized and as well as the fixed errors by changing the design, experimental design. Okay, thank you. Okay. Now related to the trend analysis. What is the current status of the students? Anthony, have you done? Barsha?
Sir, give me 2-3 days, sir. I will do it, sir. Continuously, I was traveling, sir, from 23rd onwards.
Okay. Whether you have understood how to.
Yes, sir. I understood, sir. I understood. I had a discussion with Farah also. We made it, but some few things are missing. So I will
Okay.
do it, sir, tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Okay. Barsha, what is your status? Madhuri, any improvement, any change?
I will also do it and show you by day two. In 2 days, I'll
Sir,
show you.
Sir, I
Madhuri,
also need some time. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I also need some time, sir, to complete it, sir.
whether you have understood how to code?
Yes, sir. I have understood, sir. But to gather all the, actually to arrange all the column, to fill up the all the column like authors and uh, analysis, yards, publication, all that to put that it will take time. So actually I have I do not manage the time due to some schedule. So for
No,
that reason,
particularly for this trend analysis, that is not required. Only the codes are required.
sir, codes required, but before that we have to prepare that
Codes and the
table.
ER. Yeah,
Yeah,
ER and codes.
Sir, one question I just want to ask that in 2020, suppose we get 2022 two or three statistics study in same topic. So how can I can include that? Means 2022 I got 3, or 2021 I got uh, 1 or 2. So how can I make the table in that case? Whether I should write down all the 2022 3 or 4 studies one by one, or only one I have to write down? I have to make the table before
No, you have to write
preparing.
down 3 studies.
Okay. Oh,
3 studies systematically.
acha,
That is important
acha.
because 3 studies were conducted in 2022.
Hmm.
So if you merge them,
Hmm.
then you may lose some of the information.
Hmm. Hmm.
For example, size of sample or the tools used.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that possibility is there.
And sir, design also may change.
Yeah,
Because
design change.
uh,
So you have to pay attention to that area.
Right.
And and sir, if there is some component is different, means I have 2 component, but there in that particular study, along with my 2 component, there are some other component. Whether may I include that study also?
Yes.
Yeah, because you should be guided by your research question. Okay, you have specific research question. So whatever the components, that will be based upon your research question.
Right. Sir, in the same track, my question is that because usually I've seen in the research gate that one these research paper, I mean the same topic research paper by 3 authors, they have given in a different this thing, same journal and all. So we should, one author is giving in her own status, second is giving in her own status the same paper. So we should consider the one paper only with these 3 authors.
No, if your research question is that the location of this particular study, this type of study, then you have to pay attention to the 3 authors, university, separate university.
Okay.
because your objective is not the location. If your objective is location, then you have to pay much attention to that area. That is, which country started this type of study first and where the frequency is very high. So if your interest is that, and then you have to follow that type of design. Otherwise, it's not required.
Okay. Okay. Right.
Because the content will be same, no? Because the same paper, so content
Yes.
will be same for
Right.
all the authors.
Right. Right. So and the sample size and everything is research methodology is same.
Yeah, because there's the same paper authored by 3 people.
Right.
So the sample methodology and other thing, everything will be same.
Right. But in some journal, one author is, I mean, among 3, one is coming in the first author, next in the next paper, second is coming in the first author. So in that way, how we can select? I mean, which one we can select?
No, usual assumption is the first author contributed 75% of the total contents.
Okay. Okay.
That is the function of the first author.
Okay. Right.
And others will divide it by the other 25%.
Right. Right.
For example, some provided the patient party.
Yes. Yes.
So his or her name also included. But only problem that is if you ask the question to him or her and that candidate may not answer to your question.
Definitely.
Most of the time we find during the interview.
Right.
Because some professors, they are requesting students to include his or her name.
Yes.
And when we ask the similar question to that professor is not able to answer.
Very true.
Because he is not involved in
Right.
that study.
Majority of the paper it happens. Yes.
Yeah, so that is the major problem.
Yes.
Shumana, have you done anything? Shumana, you are a very good student. I think you have done. Achha, can anybody tell me in this trend analysis, we are using the line chart. Why line chart we are using? Hello.
Yes.
Can anybody tell me why we use the line chart?
Sir, actually, in line chart, we are mostly use for some point of time the study is done. So it's a time or trend analysis we are doing. So to show this, line chart is appropriate, sir.
Yeah, you are correct. our x-axis is the year. Okay.
Okay.
And therefore, we are using the line chart.
Already you have told us in the table that how
Yeah,
many, in which year, how many studies had been done, right? That is line chart. Okay.
Achha, what is the difference between histogram and the bar plot? Can anybody tell me?
Yes, sir. In histogram, it is actually especially in case of continuous series of data, we are mostly use histogram, and in bar we can use it in case of discrete data also.
Okay.
And in histogram we have to the histogram there is in bar, there is a gap between two bar, but in histogram it should be continuous. It should be continuous. And when we are joining the midpoint of the histogram, that time, after that, we got the ujjayi. But in bar, there is no such thing.
Correct. So in case of the bar, the data will be discrete in nature, but in case of the histogram, data will be continuous. Very good. And what is the similarity between bar chart and the pie chart? Is there any similarity between bar chart and pie chart?
Discrete data also use in pi, nominal
Correct.
data.
Yeah. So in case of both bar chart and the pie chart, we can use the discrete data. Very good. So in case of the trend analysis of systematic literature review, we are using the pie chart. So in that pie diagram, different portions are there. These portions represent what?
In pi, different portions represent percentage of total of that frequency in total number of sample. How many person or how many number we got in different variables or different area of studies, like mostly. Sir, if it is are you asking about the in case of trend analysis or in general pi?
In case of the trend analysis or in case of the in general.
Sir, in case of trend analysis, pie chart portion sub-theme of the variables.
Correct.
Actually, sir, in case of pi, when we are
yes, sub-themes. That is the codes.
Yes, sir.
Initial G codes. These codes will be in that pie chart. Each portion will represent the code. So if there are many studies from 2000 to 2022, maybe you have received 30 studies, then pie chart of 2000, pie chart of 2001, like that. or you can consider pie chart for 2001, 2000 to 2005. The researches are going on these particular areas. That you can do. But instead of pie chart, it is better to follow the line chart.
Yes, sir.
Line chart, you can show the similarity and dissimilarity of the different trend analysis of the studies. That is possible.
And sir, in case of pi, we can especially we use the category in case of different portion of pi to show the category, different category we can use pi.
Correct. Different categories we can create in case of the pie.
Sir, I have one question. Like, I see in the different types of diagram, bar diagram, there I see that multiple categorical bar. Sir, here in multiple categorical bar, what are the specifically can we different variables we can put, na sir?
I think you are talking about the stack bar chart.
No, sir.
Are you talking about the stack bar chart? There are single bar and the multiple categories are there.
No, here there are not single bar. I have seen that types of diagram that is in X and Y axis. In between that X and Y axis, there are separate segments and separate variables. Under the separate variables in X axis, the bars is presented. Bars is
that is called the stack bar chart.
Okay, sir.
That is based upon the matrix data.
Okay.
In art, usually we change the data frame to the matrix and then we make this chart. Then it becomes stack bar chart. Possibly you are talking about that one.
Sir,
that is called stack bar chart.
If we use like 3 variables like cooking mode and sewage and environmental and water supply. So under 3 variables, we have each variable we have 3 categories. So how can we show in a single X and Y axis? That is shown.
That is in stack bar chart.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
That is called stack bar chart.
Thank you, sir.
We have taught it in forensic psychology course.
No, sir.
Because in forensic psychology, we get huge data. Therefore, that helps us. If you indicate different type of data visualization, your paper will be easily accepted.
How can, sir? How can it easily accepted means?
Yeah, because it is easy to understand.
Okay, sir. Oh, display. How can I show it in a different, easy way? And
that is important. अच्छा. In meta-analysis, specifically, the topic that we have started in systematic literature review, specifically, we are studying the effect of some independent variable on the dependent variable. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, usually we consider the mean of different groups.
Yes, sir.
And when there are different means, we can find out the mean difference, but we cannot tell about the effect size. So Cohen's d is an effect size used to indicate the standardized difference between two means. It can be used, for example, to accompany reporting of t-test and ANOVA results. It is also widely used in meta-analysis. Cohen's d is an appropriate effect size for the comparison between two means. So you have received two studies and two means are there, and you want to find out the effect size, then you can do the Cohen's d. Cohen's d effect size is immensely popular in psychology. However, its interpretation is not straightforward, and researchers often use general guidelines such as small Cohen's d 0.2, medium 0.5, and large is 0.8 when interpreting an effect. Cohen's d and t-test. The t-test for independent checks whether there is a difference between two independent groups. The effect size is the independent t-test now tells how strong the difference between the two groups. In the independent t-test, this is done by comparing differences in means. Okay, now here you can find out the individuals here. Here is another individual. And there is the two groups. This is one group, this is the another group. And the group variation. The group variation, that is, this is one group and this is another group. So two groups are there. And if you find out the within group variability, so within group variability is less. Okay. Here also within group variability is less. But if you follow this one, within group variability, that is totally different. This is not less. Another one is the between group variability. Here the between group variability, this group and this group. Between the groups variability is less. But here you can find out between group variability very high. Okay. That means here we can find out the large effect, but here we can find out the small effect. Okay. So if we think that this is the median and this is the median for this group, and for this group, this is the median. So the distance between these two lines are very small. Whereas this is the median and this is another median for this group. Maybe this is group A and this is group B. And you can find out the distance between these two are large. That means the large effect is there. So this can be assessed through the Cohen's d. If you want to do the Cohen's d, then this is the formula by using the R. This is the library 1 SR, the group 1 and the group 2. So group 1 data you will write down and the group 2. After that, if you write down Cohen's d, group 1, group 2, you will get the effect. That means effect is very small, 0.26. When you use t-test, you usually indicate the mean difference, significant or not. Along with, you can show the Cohen's d by using this command. This will help you to get more knowledge about the between group differences. That is, the effect is large or small. Cohen's d is often used in case of the systematic literature review. Okay. Suppose you have received 10 studies and this is the group 1, maybe this is the experimental, and this is group 2, it is the control group, and you have received the 10 studies. So this is the experimental group mean, another study is experimental group mean. Like that, this is a control group, and this is a control group mean, this is a control group mean, like that. And after that, if you do this analysis, then you will get the effect size. Okay. So Cohen's d is often used in case of the systematic literature review, particularly when you want to study the experimental research. Is it clear to all of you? Hello?
Hello.
Is the formula of Cohen's d clear?
Sir, I'm asking the Cohen's d formula is group 1, comma, group 2.
Group 1 is one vector.
Right.
And there are 10 studies are there, suppose.
Right.
This is the experimental group and this is the control group.
Right.
So study one experimental group mean is
Means.
8.
These are all means, yes.
Yeah. And this is the control group mean.
Right.
So you will get this is the observation.
Right. Average of the
And
mean we will find out.
Yeah. After that, you can do this analysis and then you will
Okay.
get the Cohen's d effect. So this is the experimental group and this is the control group. Or if you have the original data, maybe you have done the t-test, and there are two groups, experimental group and the control group, and you have the numerical values, not the mean. So original value you can write down. And after that, you can do this After the t-test, you can do this analysis.
Right, sir.
So this is very easy.
Sir, it is only for true experimental studies.
Yeah, true experimental studies.
Mm.
It is not the quasi.
Mm.
But in case of the pre-post, you can use it. Yeah, pre-post, you can use it. This is the pre and this is the post.
Post.
Yeah, this is the quasi also. Huh.
Okay.
Quasi also.
Pre-experimental studies also, sir.
Yeah, this is the pre-test data and this is the post-test data. Now you have noted the, first you have to do the PRT test. And after PRT test, you can do the Cohen's D. That is okay. In nursing, you are using different type of intervention. So there you can use the Cohen's D. I think this is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I am closing.
Yes.
Thank you, students. Please you do the trend analysis. This is very simple. You do not worry much. It is very simple.
Ji, sir.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Best wishes to all of you.
Good night.